architecture and construction pathway has to deal with, basically what we do here is residential construction. So learning about the residential construction of, building houses, all the way from the getting the site at first, all the way to the sales at the end. Any of these kids are taking industry grade classes, like our software programs that you would use out in the field, as well as getting any kind of experience in the construction field, actually building things, and not only that, but taking the kids on competitions with the robotics and the HBA class, in which we are taking kids out to compete against other high schools and colleges, taking these career pathways. It's going to give them a good leg up in their competition, whether they're going into the construction or the engineering type fields. And it's just really the matter of experience. Walking in the door, having more experience is going to make you more desirable to be hired. And some of these kids have skills that are above and beyond even what I've seen some college programs offering.
Students that are enrolled in the early childhood class are paired up one-to-one with the students in the Head Start program here. We have a Head Start preschool. It has children from 3 to 5, and so the early childhood students are able to do observations on the students to really learn about how children, why children act the way they do, how they engage with materials to learn, the importance of scaffolding they're learning. And so the early childhood students are paired up one-to-one, and they work with the children at the preschool. And the benefits of that, I mean, you can't say enough about that. The children have someone to look up to in the high school. The high schoolers get an opportunity to try out teaching and cater their lesson plans to the children's needs and abilities. And so there's a lot of benefits in terms of that. And the UConn HDFS students, they have an opportunity to try out research. So they're learning how to read professional research, professional journal studies, and then they're creating their own research project. They're really getting an opportunity to try out research, so not just learning how to read it and critique it, but then do the research studies themselves. What I found throughout the years being at Killingly for 7 years is that a lot of students come into the pathway thinking they want to be teachers. And so this awards them that opportunity of trying it out and realizing there's a lot more to teaching, especially young children, than we give credit for. I think it just gives them a lot of insight that you don't get at other high schools, in relation to what are you going to study in college and what are you going to do with your life, because you've tried it out and you've really gotten a feel for what it entails while you're here as a teenager.
Career pathway here at Killingly High School is a communications pathway with a focus on theater arts. We've been very successful. This year we did You Can't Take It With You, and we got a lot of the school involved. Last year we did Guys and Dolls, and it was a tremendous success because it was our first musical in over 10 years. So we're going to try to alternate each year, a musical and then a comedy or a drama. But the main thrust is to just get people involved and know that you can do theater. There's all facets of theater. You don't have to be an actor or an actress. You can work behind the scenes. Something that sets my career pathway apart from others is just the live experience of being a live theatrical performance. When kids see this in our previews at our school, they're amazed to see, wow, these kids, they can memorize their lines and they know that they can't be interrupted and they've got to really listen to what's going on. It's not like a movie or a film where you can cut and edit and do take 5, take 6, take 7 of a scene. It's there, it's live. And we've been doing more and more performances each year, so I think that sets it apart, just the live acting, performing part of it.
Well, the music career pathway is intended to help a student do well in college in music, and the idea is to not only develop a sense of what it's like to perform. I mean, you've got to be, from the music pathway, you've got to be a member of either or both band and chorus through 4 full years. Okay, so some people are actually able to do both, which is a wonderful thing. We have an AP course that is a piece of our pathway. I'm not sure how many other pathways have AP courses. Of course, the AP course is music theory. That can really make your first year of theory in college really simple. And then there's a few other classes in music that you can sort of take to fill out and round out your career.
The photo program here deals with a pathway that's a little unique. We have 6 levels of photography, plus a photo leadership position that students can obtain. We have state-of-the-art equipment, and for a normal high school, it's very unusual to have the amount of equipment that we have. Just recently, PDN Education published a national article on our program. Benefits of the program, I would say, would be skill-based, getting enough skills when you leave the school here where you could go out on location and get a job in a business. I think what's different about this program is half the assignments that the students do, I bring them on location to photograph. We go to Boston, we go to Chinatown and the north end of Boston, which are both historic districts. We go to Newport, another historic area. We're going to be going to Stonington, Connecticut. We go to Providence, Rhode Island. The students have a large variety of visual images that they can make. The program allows them to shoot, be creative, do their own interpretation to gather a sense of place about where they're shooting. When they come back, they download the images on the computers, and we have a professional industrial printer where they print the images.
The Graphic and Fine Arts Career Pathways are about challenging students to express themselves in a visual way. There's never one answer to a problem in the art room. Students have to problem solve, think creatively, and make decisions and take risks in order to create their own answer. In the fine arts, we work to create compositions that we hope will communicate and move people. And in the graphic arts pathway, we work to create real-life examples of illustration, advertising, page layout, and product design that serve a specific purpose of communication. Employers are looking for persistent, observant, innovative individuals who are capable of making connections and reflecting on what they have done. And that is what we do every day in the art classroom. The arts help students become more observant and conscious of the world around them. Most importantly, art is an outlet, an opportunity, and a change in how we look at everyday life, situations, and problems that we have in front of us.
So in the past, in video technology, we've had a single pathway called video technology. Next year, or in the coming years, we'll be splitting that pathway into two separate pathways. One will be a film production side, and one will be a TV broadcasting side. The film side will be more, in the field, outside of the studio, script writing and producing short movies or documentaries. Whereas the TV broadcasting pathway will be more in studio. It'll be learning to work in the control room and in the environment of a TV studio, doing TV broadcasts, interview shows, game shows, that sort of thing. I think one of the things that sets the video tech pathways apart from the other pathways here at Killingly High School is the amount of hands-on experience that the students get and the amount of community involvement that the students participate in, between filming events for the community, sporting events. The students get a lot of exposure in the town. We also go on a trip every year to the Student Television Network convention, typically in Orlando, Dallas, or Los Angeles. Students are getting lots of experience in a sort of a real-world setting, as well as making connections with other students and professionals in the industry.
The business management pathway, especially if you're in a business management class, you have the opportunity to work in the Red Zone, which is the KHS school store, where you're going to get a hands-on experience in day-to-day business actions, anywhere from marketing to inventory to sales to ordering. It's going to help them develop a better understanding about that career, and going into it, develop a strong background and foundation for them.
I run the accounting career pathway, and students take accounting 1 and 2 and get a real solid background in double entry manual accounting. What's unique about the accounting program is that students in the accounting 2 class are allowed to apply their skills by working at the Charter of Credit Union here at the school, and they're also taking the equivalent of a financial accounting course that they would take in college. I've had many students graduate from Killingly and go on to college and become very successful accounting folks. And I have one student, Kate Dyson, who graduated several years ago, and this is a quote that she gave me just this week. She says, "I would highly recommend students taking an accounting course in high school. For one, not only is it extremely beneficial to everyone in regards to day-to-day activities, especially anyone majoring in business, but it's an amazing career field. There are so many opportunities to travel and meet some incredible people." So we want to thank Kate for that quote.
The marketing career pathway helps students develop the basic ideas of marketing. They learn how to develop a product, how to manufacture it, and how to get it known around the community. In the marketing pathway, you learn entrepreneurship and marketing, and you actually get to start your own business. This year we started the K-Town Snuggles business, which is blankets, and it was pretty successful.
Information technology pathway, there are two options. The first is interactive media and web development, as well as programming and software development. This requires independent thinking, problem solving, analytical mindset. Programming requires logic and basic algebra skills. The Intro to Programming class is recommended in your freshman year, but is also offered any other year in the high school. The future of programming is really focused on careers such as software engineers, game developers, business analysts, and also computer engineers. In the next 10 years, there will be 1.4 million jobs in computer programming and IT, and only 400 qualified college graduates. These students will be in a position to get into a career that is in a high demand and necessity. The pathways are a great opportunity for incoming freshmen to really try out programming and see if it's something that they enjoy. If not, then they have many other pathway options here at Killingly High School.
My career pathway is the plant science career pathway, and we're part of the agriculture education department. And within that pathway, we cover all topics relating to plants. So everything from landscaping to floral design, to biotechnology, turf grass management, vegetable gardening, and sustainable gardening. By being enrolled in this career pathway, they learn a lot of different leadership skills, which can be applicable to any job field that they end up going into. But they're also getting a lot of in-depth curriculum that's going to make them ready for a job right outside of high school, or they can go on to college and pursue a degree. The horticulture field is one of the fastest growing fields in agriculture, so there are tons of jobs that are out there and ready and waiting for these students. I think that because within the agriculture education department we actually have three components. One is the classroom, the other is our FFA, which is our student leadership organization, and our third is our supervised agriculture education experience program. The combination of those three pieces really sets our program apart. So as far as what we do, there's the whole classroom and lab piece, but we also have many outside of school components, and the job placement I think is the most important, because they're taking skills they're learning in the classroom and they're applying them outside to real world jobs.
I'm in the mechanics career pathway, and we work on cars, and you get good constructive criticism if you do something wrong. It's a lot of hands-on work.
Well, the Ag Mechanics career pathway is pretty unique, because Ag Mechanics covers a wide variety of topics, from woodworking to metalworking to tractor and machinery operation to plumbing and electrical. There's a whole list of material that fall under the heading of Ag Mechanics. The fact that the students in Ag Mechanics have to learn such a wide variety of skills makes us totally unique. Like I said, it's anything from operating the equipment to repair and maintenance and overhaul of the equipment, building buildings. It encompasses so many different skills that certainly those students that graduate in Ag Mechanics have skills that no one else has.
My career pathway is the aquaculture and natural resources career pathway. We deal with not only growing fish species in the lab and using them as a way to do real-world science, but we also do natural resources, a little bit of forestry, soil and water management, wildlife management, ecology. We do some oceanography. We do GPS, compass, maps, all of those kinds of things that go along with those kinds of careers.
Animal science is my career pathway, and it's a really exciting and fast-growing career that has to do with all of our large livestock, dairy, cattle, and poultry, plus all of the products that we get from them, which might be meat, poultry, or the milk. We really touch on the feeding, breeding, care and maintenance, health, possibly showing and getting concerned with trying to make improvements or marketing of all of the animals and products mentioned. The animal science program here at Killingly High School really gets to stand out because of the facilities. We happen to be right inside the animal lab now, which houses our goat and our poultry project. But on our outside facility, we have some beef cattle. We have a lot of really cool things going on in animal science. Thanks.